Okay, in this video, we are going to go through a special type of question that's new to the GRE. This question is called a sentence equivalence question. So let's look at this question. What's going on here? Well, here's some very nice squares, as you can see. And how many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Aha! 6 answer choices, and there's squares next to them, instead of circles and 5 answer choices. So you know you're not dealing with the one blank text completion, but you're dealing with a sentence equivalence. And a sentence equivalence will always have one blank, and more importantly, it will always have 2. Exactly 2. Not 1, not 3, not 4, but 2 answers. And those 2 answers must be synonyms, or that is relatively similar words. And of course, there's always a debate on what exactly is a synonym. Not every word can be used in place of another word in different contexts. But that definition aside, we mean words that are generally similar. So if you open up a thesaurus, there'll be words. These 2 words will be next to each other. So that's what we're going here for in our 2 answers in sentence equivalence. Besides that little twist, it's really business as usual, in the sense that we are dealing with text completion strategies. The idea of, okay, well, we want to identify a type of sentence, and what type of sentence is this? Let's read it. Always reticent amongst strangers, it's a good word, reticent, she would slowly open up around her friends, eventually becoming blank. So there's a shift here, shift in a person's behavior. So amongst strangers, she's one way, she's quiet, that is not talkative, she's reticent. She would slowly open up and eventually become, well, very talkative. So we just need 2 words that mean talkative. And so you can see that we've come up with our own word. As I said, business as like usual. And then, of course, we want to just match and look, in this case, for synonymous words. That's the important part, words that are synonyms. So what word means not saying much, or which means saying much, which means talkative. Withdrawn is the opposite. Conspiratorial doesn't quite mean talking a lot. I mean, that means you're plotting. Then there's chatty. Chatty is talkative. Loquacious is a synonym, which means talkative. And notice I circled both of them. Why? Because there are 2 answers. And those 2 words are synonyms, sentence equivalents. Rude. Rude does not work. If you think rude works, you try to plug it back in there. She didn't say much, but with her friends, she would become rude. And you convince yourself of that interpretation. That's fine. But then, look, there are no other words to match it. Again, you need synonyms for sentence equivalence, so that's gone. Taciturn is the opposite. Notice that withdrawn and taciturn are synonyms, but they're the opposite. So just because something is, you have 2 synonyms in sentence equivalence, doesn't mean those 2 synonyms are the answers. Of course, they both have to make sense of the blank, and so we have loquacious again and chatty.